Tell us, just to begin, how you got into women's history to begin with. Why are you doing women's history?
I got into women's history through women's writing. My graduate work was in the English department at Columbia, and you could get a PhD in English literature and never read a woman. So I noted an absence. Where are the women? And I'd been doing that for maybe 30 years, working on absences, who got left out, and trying to understand who writes the record, what we call the historical record, what's in it, what's missing.
Is there anything significant about the colors of this? Is it a pennant?
I think it's called a pennant, which means that it was pinned on either a dress or on the side of a car. And the yellow runs all through the suffrage movement, from the very beginning of the modern version of the suffrage movement. It's the color of a Kansas sunflower, because Kansas was the state that passed women's suffrage pretty early on. I'm not sure if it was originally purple. No, it can't have been purple, because the colors of the suffrage movement relate to the different groups and what they stood for. Also, there's no image on here. Sometimes they have images. But if there were any purple on this banner, I would tell you it was from before 1915, because there was a movement in New York for a suffrage amendment in 1915, and it failed. And Carrie Chapman Catt, who had been working on international suffrage matters, came back to New York, and she was very strong about eliminating the radicals like Alice Paul from the campaign in New York, not mentioning them, not alluding to them. And Alice Paul and the Women's Party were using those British colors, purple, green, and white. And so there is no purple in the New York iconography after 1915.
Fascinating.